Small talk. A lot of us hate it. It is boring, and it spirals down to even more boring topics like the weather. But it doesn't have to be this way. There is a way to make small talk fun and interesting for both parties involved. Today, we will go over 10 tips to improve your small talk game. But before we get in, you need to understand that the whole point of conversation is to connect, either through shared values or shared interests. The faster you can connect and break the small talk mood, the better. 1. Eye contact. A lot of conversation is based on nonverbal cues. Eye contact is a great way to show that you're into the conversation. It also shows that you're confident. It's easy to have eye contact when you're listening, but it is a lot harder to hold eye contact while you're speaking to someone. This is important because it shows trust and it makes you charismatic. But remember, a good amount of time to hold eye contact is 5 to 10 straight seconds. After that, you should break gaze for a second and resume. Quick tip for eye contact. Focus on one eye and switch between them. It's hard to focus on two things at a time. Also, you should make facial expressions in response to what you say or what you hear. It makes what you say have more meaning and it shows that you are listening. 2. Ask open-ended questions. Where are you from? New York. No one's gonna connect with you unless they are from there too. This is the problem with most small talk questions. They can be mostly answered in a few words. Instead, make a twist on the classic questions. Instead of, how's your day? Ask, what did you do today that made you feel amazing? If they still have a plain answer like, nothing much, it was a boring day, dig deeper. You know how little kids always ask why? Yeah, I want you to do that. Ask them why. They will be more than happy to tell you what is really going on. If they don't, realize it might be a bit too personal and switch topics. 3. Active listening. Look past the words and look at what they feel. When someone says, "That's really interesting," in a dead tone, realize they don't care. Let them know that you know they are bored and change the topic. Or when someone says, "Yeah, everything is great," with a flat tone, call them out on the lack of enthusiasm. You can joke, "Are you still hungover from some crazy party? Cause your words and body language don't match." The point of this is not to punish them, but to show that you are listening and you care about how they really feel. By doing this, they will share their honest feelings, which will help you connect with them. 4. Speak as if you are friends. There's this tension in small talk. It's as if both parties are just trying not to make a bad first impression. Speak to them as if you're friends, by keeping it real, showing emotions, and having a good time. This removes the tension in the air. You should use tip 3 before this, so you know how they are feeling. You will connect with them by showing empathy, and then you can move the conversation into a positive direction. 5. Take control of the conversation. They might not be a master conversationalist. That is fine. They will ask the same boring questions like, where are you from? It's up to you to take control of this conversation and make it into something amazing. You want to have an open-ended response, even if they ask a question that can be answered in a few words. Where are you from? Your answer should be something like this. I am from New York, but after moving to the Bay Area, I am loving life. Back home, things were just so fast-paced. It is a lot more chill and lax here, which is totally my style. 6. You don't have to answer questions if you want to talk about something else. You don't always have to answer the questions they ask. Use the question to pivot into something else more meaningful. People will appreciate you not answering their question if it was a boring question, and you made the conversation interesting. Here's an example. How many people do you know here? You know, a lot of people care about how many people they know, but do they really know them? Like, what makes them tick? When you care more about the number, you're not really connecting with them. The quality of the people you know is way better than the quantity. 7. Let them know your values. Did you see the example above? In that response, I let them know a core value of mine, connecting with people. Also, refer back to the example in tip 5. I let them know I like a more relaxed vibe. Values are important in that they define who you are. You may be worlds apart in terms of demographics, hobbies, jobs, or other stuff, but you can relate to just about anyone with values. Get them out before all the easy stuff to connect on, like where did you go to school? This way, you start off strong, because if you just start talking about where each other went to school, chances are, you both won't connect unless you went to the same school. 8. Respect their opinion and don't say you're wrong. If you follow these tips, you might get into discussion on something both of you share a strong opinion on. This can be dangerous territory, because it can create arguments. Arguments just make each party believe they're even more right and end on bad notes. Galileo once said, "You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him to find it within himself." Even if someone says something completely wrong, don't just say you're wrong. Say, "I might be wrong, but let's examine the facts." This disarms any negative feelings toward you, even though they know you're trying to prove them wrong and change their way of thinking. Show some respect, and if you really want to debate, do it in a civil manner. 9. Cut the awkward silence. You know how you can talk for hours with a friend? Yeah, you can do that with strangers too if you really wanted to. The thing is that you feel like you ran out of things good enough to say to a stranger. Coming up with stuff to say or ask is easy. The problem is trusting yourself to say it. It's better to bring up something random than to just end it on awkward silence. If you are dead stuck, use your surroundings and say, "You know, this reminds me of." 10. If you don't connect, refer them to someone you know that can connect with them. Say the person you met is really into soccer, like soccer is the meaning of life for them, but you're a basketball person. So just refer them to a friend that really likes soccer. Both of them will appreciate you all the better, especially the person you met. They will become friends with you, and even if you are not good or close friends, they will still be a part of your network and down to help you out since you did them a big favor. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want more, subscribe to my channel. If you have a request for certain videos, leave a comment.